Okay, so my name is Chidima. I live in the foyer, La Joelle. And let me tell you how this all came about. Let me just steal. So after the Christmas break, usually in our house, we have people display places and things from their country. And so after the Christmas break, they took off like the last exhibition, which had to do with just Christmas. And then I realized something, that the background was green, white, green. And I said, yes, this is a sign unto me. And I decided to do an exhibition of buildings from Nigeria, which I love. So it's actually kind of particular to me. And, you know, buildings I've either been in or passed by or heard of, but which I really like the art and the story behind them. So let's start. I'm going to start with the Abuja National Mosque. Interestingly, I've always wanted to visit the Abuja National Mosque, but for some reason, I just never made it. But when you drive through Abuja, it stands out so well because of the dome, and I wanted to capture the beauty of the architecture also. So yeah, you can see that. And what I like most about this is that it's not just a place for worship, it's also open to visitors, both Muslim and non-Muslim, and this is a great stuff. So now let's go to the Ship House. The Ship House used to house the Ministry of Maritime Affairs, I believe, but now it's with the Ministry of Defense. It is unique in that it's shaped like a ship. So you can see the masts and everything. So from different angles, this shows it, and it's called the Ship House, but now it houses the Ministry of Defense. It's very, very interesting to look at. And then we go to, this is one of my favorite. Calabar Cross River is by far one of the best places I've lived in Nigeria, and I've been in this conference center. It is massive. We had a Senate hearing for the reform of the Local Content Act, and that was when I was first in. It has a monorail because it's situated in kind of like a resort. So this takes people from the conference center to, I think Tinapa? Yeah, the Tinapa Business Resort. It has a great capacity, but what stands out most is the shape, the architecture of it, and that's what I want to show. The Lekki Link Bridge, otherwise known as the place to find all the fun and the hot boys in the last game. So this is a cable stayed bridge. It's a bit different from a suspension bridge, but it's one of the most photographed places in Lagos. It's very scenic, especially at night. It gives you that kind of feel. It was created to relieve traffic, but of course it's beautiful. I love the lights. I love it at night, and whenever you see it, you just know, welcome to Lasgidi. Okay, so now we go to Kajuru Castle. I've never been in Kajuru Castle, but it is interesting in that the architecture, the design, and how it was made. It's now a tourist resort, even though it suffered a setback recently, but it is so beautiful, set in the hills, and it's a place that you can just go to, either to see it or just to chill. It has an eco-friendly swimming pool, water purifying system, basically, all the nice works, and you can rent it all for your own event. Now let's go to the National Theatre. If you don't know this, this place, your passport should be seized. I don't think I should even explain this, but I like the National Theatre. This is a statue of Queen Amina, who is one of the iconic leaders that we have, yes. And I think right now, just to promote it. And funny enough, if you read, you would realize there was a girl from Bulgaria, and I told her here, do you recognize? And she said, yes, this is in Varna. So if you read the backstory of the National Arts Theatre, you will understand why she could recognize it. Civic Center and Towers. Okay, so this is a popular meeting space in Lagos, and I like scenes of it with the accompanying Civic Tower, and this is the Civic Center for events, and it's by the waterfront, and so of course it's a nice place to photograph. Bogobiri kind of stands out for me personally. I have been in Bogobiri. I've been at the National Theatre, I've been in this one. I haven't been in this one, I've been on this one. Okay, let's go. Bogobiri is kind of special. It's like a place for the arts, both performing and applied arts. And I love the ambience. I think that was the best thing I loved about Bogobiri, apart from the fact that it was designed using local artisans. So it's not just like a building that just let people see it and be awed. It incorporates culture, the beliefs of people, and just art. It's wonderful. Like, just look at this. This is a toilet, the restroom, shells. The colors is very African. You can see, like, there's a part where it has like the downfall bus. Like, it just incorporates, the beliefs of people. Fela, like look at this. I'm sure anybody who has lived in Lagos will recognize this. And I love being in it. I haven't yet had the privilege of hearing a live concert in it yet, but hopefully someday. Now let's go to the stadium. Hey, y'all should not come for me, okay? I don't know that much about football, but I do like the nest-shaped architecture of the stadium. And if well maintained and well promoted, it could be a very good opportunity to attract, these events to Nigeria if it's not already been done. Next is the NCC. This one I haven't been in yet, unfortunately, but I've passed by it like on my way to work. And I remember stopping in front, just looking like, wow. The colors, the design. I can't yet fathom what the model was. Because like this one, Bird's Nest, we know what this one is, and all the colors of that. But it's nice. This is my favorite. Oh my gosh. I really like this Hausa architecture. And I think one of the things that stands out about this is that our traditional buildings were not just built for people to just look on and say, wow, like a lot of these avant-garde, in quotes, buildings. This incorporates the beliefs of people. You can see the Arewa symbol. And the way they were built according to the religion, the moral, like sects of the house, cooking, just very, very functional in the way it was building. And they're made from sustainable materials, which connects with people's sense of community. And I wrote something down. Today's architects can be inspired by this approach to design buildings in which people are not unconnected objects, but whose life and values are integrated in the design. And one company that is currently doing this, which I respect so much, is Hive Earth. I think they're based in Ghana, but they use they use natural materials. What is the name? Is it pressed? There's a name they call it anyway, the way they tend to build it. It's cheaper, because it's made from natural materials, it costs less. It's more eco-friendly, because of course, natural materials kind of regulate themselves, so no need for AC or heater, depending on the climate. And yeah, it's a really fantastic thing to see. So thank you so much for coming to my exhibition. Hakima is behind the camera. And yeah, I hope you liked it. Beautiful. Now we shall play some music and dance.